up, y'all? Welcome to PopDotComix. I'm JoJo coming at you from the Woman Cave in Vegas. Guys, I am back from SDCC 2018. Actually, I've been back for about 2 weeks, but I have not been able to film this video until now. So I hope you guys are excited. I'm about to show you all the exclusives, all the fun collectibles that I picked up out there. Guys, it was my first time going to SDCC, and let me tell you, I had a blast, and I'm glad I got to experience it with one of my best friends, Kat, who you saw in the previous video. She was awesome. She lives out there, so she made it very easy to just go. We didn't have to reserve any kind of hotel or anything like that. Got to stay with her and, you know, have some quality time with my homie. But we also got to meet up with Spidey Fan, which was amazing. Like, he was the first YouTuber that I've met in real life, so that was awesome. But yeah, a lot of cool stories, a lot of thoughts in general that I have about the con. But actually for this video, I probably will not go super into my thoughts about the con just because it'll take forever. I have a ton of things to share with you guys, but I will get into that in a different video. But for now, let's dive into some of my pickups from SDCC 2018. So immediately when I got into the con, I went straight over to the Funko booth because I've heard how crazy that thing gets, and sure enough, I went over there and it was swarming with people. But the thing is, you had to have a ticket to enter that booth, and basically what's happening now, I think they're going to do this from now on, is that Funko and other companies such as like Hasbro and Lego, I guess they've been getting way too much line building up, causing like fire hazards. So what they're doing now is they're kind of scheduling you in a certain time slot. So the thing about that is that it's a lottery. So you have to sign up before you go to the con, and they'll tell you if you have access to the booth at any certain day of the con. So it's a little complicated to say the least, but I did manage to get my own ticket to Funko on Sunday at 12, which I was kind of bummed about because, you know, with Funko, I'm sure a lot of the good stuff was going to be gone like after the first day, so I wasn't really expecting to get much at Funko. I already went into the con thinking that. But I still wanted to swing by to see if they were letting people in on the side. So like, you know, when you go to a ride at the theme park and they'll have the main line, but they also have the like fast pass people going in. That's how I thought it was going to be, but apparently they weren't letting anybody in from the con unless you had that ticket. So how I feel about that I'll discuss at a later time, but right now I'll continue with the story. So yeah, I went over to Funko, realized I could not get in until Sunday, so then after that I went straight to Quantum Mechanics. Ever since Loot Crate started adding Q-Figs into their boxes, I have just been a huge fan. And so to see the booth and all of their setup was amazing. And here's what I got there. This was just calling out my name. It is Alien Facehugger Q-Fig, and it is a Quantum Mechanics exclusive. I'm not quite sure if it is a con exclusive or, you know, just a Quantum Mechanics exclusive, which is kind of, I mean, isn't that kind of obvious, right? If this is their product. I don't know how it works, but yeah, this one's a glow in the dark slime limited edition. So let me pull it out and show y'all. Oh my gosh, this is the first time I see it out of the box and I love it. Look at that sign, free hugs for all. Isn't it amazing? And next up we have Deadpool Maximum Effort Q-Fig Max. Awesome, guys. Wow, I saw this and just could not resist. I mean, the chimichanga alone is calling my name, so guys, I just had to. Alright, let me take this thing out so you can take a better look. Guys, look at the detail on this thing. Tell me this isn't a must-have. Oh my goodness. And the Maximum Effort is double-sided. Sweet. sweet. I love it. I love the whole design of it. His little action pose. The delicious looking chimichanga. I could take a bite out of that thing right now. Oh my goodness. So cool. Alright guys, so next up I got a couple of PX Previews exclusives, and here's one of them. Got a couple of Vinnie Mates here of Superman, celebrating the 80 years. And if you look closely here, it is limited to 1800. So this was a con exclusive as well. And let me take those out for you so you could take a look. So here we have our Golden Age Superman. Got the old school S logo on his chest. Really cool. Vinnie Mates don't have articulation, but they do stand pretty well for display. They're, you know, they have that like blocky look to them, kind of like Legos, but yeah, they're not really meant to play with. They're just more to just like sit on your desk or whatever kind of display that you have. The hands look like that. They got a unique little look to them, and they always have this like square head. So yeah, I like it. They're different for sure, but super cool to have that older Superman. And then we have the more current Superman right here. He's all in his like action pose and everything. He is metallic. Paint job's pretty cool, but yeah, you could see the blocky body. Yeah, pretty cool. He's got the Jerry curl right there. And again, just like little detail on the face. I wish they did a little better job with that. I don't know. It kind of looks odd with no nose, right? The Golden Age doesn't have a nose either. But I still really dig these. I like that they stand on their own. I mean, this one comes with a little stand since he's on one foot or on his tippy toes. So yeah, I tend to really like these Vinnie Mates. If you've seen some of my older collectible hauls, you'll know that I think the most recent Vinnie Mates pickup that I made was the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. That thing was awesome. It was also an SDCC exclusive from 2017, I think, but I just picked it up recently. So yeah, there you go. So moving on, one of the booths that I really wanted to hit up was Cryptozoic. If you guys have been keeping up with some of my collectible hauls, you'll know that I've been really into those bombshell statues lately that they've got. Oh my goodness, guys, those are super well done. Pretty good price point too for what you get. And they even got those little mystery mini bombshells as well. Love their product, love what they're pushing out constantly. So yeah, I knew that they were gonna have some, I think they had 3 exclusive bombshells specifically for SDCC, and they were gonna be white and gold. So yeah, I was like, oh man, that'd be awesome if I could get one. Little did I know that they were gonna be $100 a piece, which I don't know if I want to be paying that much for what they are. They're gorgeous pieces, like, don't get me wrong, they're awesome, but they're pretty much like made of vinyl, I believe, and they're very light. I don't know, I just imagine paying $100 for a bigger statue, and this is, you know, these bombshells are a lot smaller. So yeah, I'm a big fan of them, but I wasn't about to pay $100 for one. As cheap as that sounds maybe to some of you, you know, I have a budget and I want to stick to it, and it wasn't like it was a new release at all. They were the same statues, just in a different color. So I don't know if I could do that. But the cool thing was, as I was walking around, some of the other booths had these PX Previews exclusives that were also specifically for the con, and I happened to stumble upon this beauty right here. We got a Cryptozoic Harley Quinn exclusive. Count is 2,000. And yeah, this is a green and purple variant here. And yeah, and she was actually affordable. She was only 30 bucks. And I was like, yeah, I'll definitely just take this one from the other booths as opposed to actually going to Cryptozoic and paying 100 bucks for an exclusive there. So actually, to be honest, I didn't even see where Cryptozoic was. Man, if you ever go to SDCC, you will understand what I'm talking about. There's just like a ton of booths everywhere. Like, there's just so much to look at. You get so overwhelmed. But yeah, there were a lot of booths that I didn't even see or know were there. Actually, like, Spidey Fan was mentioning some comic artists that I hadn't even seen, but I thought I did a pretty thorough job in walking around, but I guess not. It's just a ginormous con, guys. But anyways, I was super stoked to get this, but let me crack this out of the box and we could take a close-up. So yeah, it was really cool to find her when I did. I found her the first day, which was Thursday for me. Yeah, and I mean, by the time Sunday rolled around, I didn't see her anywhere. So very glad I got her when I did, and I'm glad I didn't have to pay an arm and a leg for her either. It's just really nice to bring something back from Cryptozoic without even having to visit the booth, and you know, nice little souvenir from SDCC. So yeah, guys, that was day one of my pickups. I thought I did a pretty decent job considering that I was a noob to all of this, and my goodness, I thought that like smaller cons would, you know, kind of prep me for something like this. No, they most certainly didn't help me. I did feel very lost at times and overwhelmed with the amount of people and the amount of booths and the amount of exclusives. Just everything was like times 10, if you can imagine that. But nevertheless, I still had a great time that first day. You know, Friday and Saturday I didn't have tickets, so I went, you know, to hang out with my buddy, and we went to the beach, we saw a comedy show, had drinks, it was a blast. Then Sunday rolled around and back to the con we went, and I'll show you what I picked up for Sunday. So as I mentioned earlier, I did win the Funko lottery to enter the booth, but that wasn't going to be till noon on Sunday. So in the meantime, I thought I would head over to Entertainment Earth, and I'm glad I did, because the line was like, I don't know, like 5-10 minutes long. Oh my god, that was so much better, because on Thursday when I stopped by, the line was, actually it was capped. The facilitator lady was like, I'm sorry, we can't let anybody else in. And I'm like, what? Oh man. So a lot of booths were like that. Mondo was like that too. I couldn't even find the end of that line. But anyway, back to Entertainment Earth. I was happy that there was a very small line on Sunday, but at the same time I was like, oh man, I hope they have the exclusives that I'm looking for. And lo and behold, they did. I was so happy about that, because I've had my eye on these for a little bit now. They are the DC Exclusives Artist Alley little statues. Love these. I actually have a couple I have not shared with you guys, but they're ready to go in queue for the next video, whenever that may be. But yeah, I figure I would share this one right now since I'm doing the SDCC haul. So yeah, this is a great little figure here. There were actually 3 options that you could choose from, and they were all limited. Here was the first one you could get. It was black and gold. This one sold out, I think the first day. I'm not quite sure when, but by the time Sunday came around, it was gone. So I was like, oh man, I hope they have the others. This one, oh yeah, this one was $100, I believe. And then this one, the Earth 2 one, was, I want to say, $75. And that one was still available. And then this one, the old like Adam West looking one, that one was $60. So these 2 were still available, and I was like, oh thank goodness, because I really wanted one. And then here you've got the little sticker, and else can I show you about the box? It's a pretty plain box, but let me open it so you can see the actual statue. So as you can see, guys, I got the Adam West version and I'm so stoked about it. He looks so good. I love his little dopey face too. Oh man, and he even has like little lines on him. Like it was just drawn or something. So cool. I love the sculpt, love the colors. They're pretty rich and bright. Love it. Such a gorgeous little piece here. But yeah, this was actually my #1 pick. The black and gold was cool, but I don't know, for something like this, for a little statue, I'd prefer more color to it. And yeah, I mean, $100 for the black and gold one, and it has less color, doesn't make sense to me, but whatever. You know, to each his own. And this one was actually $60, which is still expensive, but you know, it's gonna be something that stays in my collection forever. And what makes it even cooler is that Chris Ominga, who designed this, was there at the con, and guess what? Yep, you guessed it, I got him signed. I'm so stoked. Yeah, his signature doesn't look that great, to be honest. It looks like 2 check marks, but hey, I saw him do it. It's the real deal, but not like I really have to prove it to anybody because I'm not selling this thing ever. So yeah, this will always represent my first trip to SDCC. So really, really neat. So the statue also came with a couple of lithographs here, and as you can see, there are 2 signatures. So this one was already printed on the card, and this is the real one. So yeah, I had him sign these. So yeah, printed, real. And then we got the Earth 2 one, printed, real. So yeah, I'm really happy to have these. It was awesome to meet Chris Ominga. After I found out about the release of these DC Artist Alley statues, I have right away just been super drawn to his artwork, and I was stoked that he was there. I didn't know he was going to be there. I just happened to see him when I was walking around Artist Alley, just kind of waiting around for the Funko booth. He did have a couple prints there that I really liked, and he had a little deal going on, which was buy 2 get 1 free. So I ended up going with this print right here. He does a lot of horror stuff as well, which is right up my alley, as you know. So yeah, it says Amityville Elementary, which is awesome. Has all these little like horror icons as kids. Really cool. And then you got the signature right here. So yeah. Second print I got was, sorry, they're kind of bent because I put them in my poster tube the whole time, so here you go. Another horror one, and this was Overlook Elementary. So yeah, same concept, horror icons as kids. Cute but creepy. Love it. Oh man, if he comes out with horror statues as well, take all my money right now. So yeah, very cool. And then the signatures right there, the 2 check marks. Practically. Anyway, right in front of Arkham, got all the Batman villains. Well, not all, but a lot of them. And you know what's crazy? I am not really a huge fan of like the cartoony, like little kitty type of artwork, like Scotty Young, for instance. I'm not a huge fan of. But something about Chris Dominguez's work I am really drawn to. I don't know what it is. But yeah, I really like that. Where I'm gonna put these, I have no idea. But I really did enjoy, you know, my statue and, you know, my encounter with Chris Dominguez. So, you know, I love his work. I wanted to support him. So yeah, these were awesome. Moving on. At Entertainment Earth, I also picked up this little guy right here. Super cool 8-bit Batman. It was actually a 2018 debut, as it says right here. Let me show you what he looks like. Wow, this guy looks awesome out of the box. I wasn't so sure about 8-bit pops, but recently I have been getting into them. This 8-bit format looks pretty good on Batman, and it makes sense because there was an old school Nintendo game out there back in the day. I think after the Tim Burton Batman, the first one. So yeah, this makes a lot of sense. I love how that purple and blue looks too. Very nice contrast. So yeah, I dig it. So after going to Entertainment Earth and visiting Chris Dominguez and having him sign my stuff, I went over to the Funko booth because it was about time for me to go and see what they had left, because I don't know, I just had a bad feeling that they weren't gonna have much on a Sunday. So yeah, I went. It was a pretty interesting experience, to say the least. I guess good and bad, but again, I'll get into my thoughts and everything like that in a different video. But right now I kind of just want to show you what I snagged. So let me show y'all. They gave us a huge like catalog list so that when we were in line to get in, we could just check which ones we wanted and then give them the paper so that they could go collect your items. So basically what you had to do while you were in line was just check any item you had the slightest bit of interest in, because we weren't sure whether or not they were sold out or not, or by the time you got there they'd be sold out. We weren't getting updates or anything. The only thing we had going into the line was they had this poster that it was kind of like a promo poster that demonstrated or just showed everything that they had available. And you know, throughout the day with the Sharpie, somebody would go in and just scratch the ones that were sold out. So yeah, that wasn't really updated very often and you couldn't really rely on that. But if it was available when you went in line, you know, there's no guarantee that it would still be available by the time you got to the front of the line. So you had to kind of just wing it, and you know, in order to secure some kind of item, you had to check a lot of them, because you know, like I said, you never knew what had sold out or what didn't. So you had to have backup options. So yeah, that was kind of an ordeal. But anyway, I kid you not, I must have checked like 10 things, and I was able to get 3 items, guys. 3 items of like the 10. So luckily I did get the items that I most wanted, so I was very happy about that. But yeah, I was very shocked and surprised that I would even get anything, to be honest, because the way it was looking, I was like, oh, there's no way I'm gonna get anything at all here. So I came out of there pretty happy. And yeah, so let me just show you what I got. I was able to snag this awesome Dorbs 2-pack. Yeah, I saw that when this was announced, I was like, oh yeah, that's a must-have, because I missed out on the pops that had come out last year for SDCC. Oh my goodness, guys, these things are called Dorbs for a very good reason. Look at that. It's so good. A little paint blemish there. The white kind of bleeds onto the black, but it's not super noticeable unless you tilt it at that angle. But still, oh my god, so cool. Booties. Booty shaking. Yeah, these guys look great overall. yeah, I'll say that little white bleed on the black is the only blemish here. Other than that, sculpt looks really good, especially on Stimpy. But Ren's headpiece looks awesome too. So, wow, love these guys. So glad I got these. So secondly, I was able to snag a Red Hood. Very nice. Love it. And here we go with Red Hood out of the box, looking clean. And I really like the detail on his body, and the sculpt looks good too. So yeah, really glad to have him now. Kind of surprised that Funko hadn't already put out a Red Hood before this. So yeah, really neat that they finally did. And last but not least, I got Skeeter Valentine. I was so stoked to get him, guys. This was my #1 want from the Funko booth, and I actually was able to get him. So really happy about that. I don't know if he's gonna be a shared exclusive or not, but I didn't want to run the risk. So of course I just wanted to get him when I was there. Because there was a couple of pops I was like, oh, that's for sure gonna be a shared exclusive. I might as well just wait. But like I said, I just had to check a bunch of things, and these were the 3 things that I got. So I'm very happy about this especially. Love Doug, love Skeeter. Awesome. And here's a cool look at Skeeter here. I do wish it wasn't the Disney version of Skeeter and Doug and all them. Yeah, because I'm more used to the Nickelodeon version, but still cool nevertheless. Really like the colors on him. Very nice paint job. Very cool pop. Alright guys, so moving right along here, I did stop by the Super 7 booth. Guys, if you don't know who they are, I would highly advise you go check out their website. They produce the most amazing reaction figures. Yes, I said it, reaction figures. I know reaction figures get a lot of hate. I can see why. I mean, Funko for the longest time wasn't really doing a very good job of putting glue on the packaging, or gluing it properly I should say, but the little figures would like fly off of the backing board all the time. Anyway, but yeah, Super 7 has really taken reaction figures to a whole nother level. So I had to snag some. They are awesome, and they do a lot of horror ones, which I really enjoy. So let me just show you what I got here. Look what I snagged, guys. Metaluna Mutant. How cool is he? Awesome. When do you see this? Never. You never see this in stores. This is just such a unique item. And that's what I go to cons for, you know, things that I don't see elsewhere. So, love this. And like I said, the bright colors caught my eye immediately. It's just like an insta buy. I just had to get it. But yeah, you know, obviously I'm not going to be taking this out of the package because part of the charm is the backing board. The Mummy. How cool is he? And here's the figure. Super bright colors. That's why, guys, I like immediately was drawn to these. You know, I love me some horror too, so. And of course we have the creature from the Black Lagoon. How cool. Wolfman. Not your average reaction figures, right? So cool. So after picking up all these exclusive figures, I ended up heading over to the area where there were many comic book creators. As you saw in my previous video, Art Germ was there, Adi Granov, Mark Brooks, J. Scott Campbell, to name a few, but it was awesome to see them all there. I was kind of like in shock. It just felt unreal, and I was in line for a couple of them. I kept walking back and forth near where Adi Granov and J. Scott Campbell were, because I was like, maybe I'll get something from Adi Granov, maybe I'll get something from J. Scott Campbell. There was no way I was gonna get something from each one of them because everything was so expensive, guys. Like, we're talking like 40, 50 bucks for one comic book. And you know, that was my first con, my first SDCC, and I really wanted to make my money like last a little longer. I didn't want to just blow it all on a couple comics, you know what I'm saying? As much as I love those guys' artwork, like, yeah, I felt like I had to kind of control myself when I went into that little area. It was just awesome seeing them, to be honest. I didn't need to buy anything to enjoy myself. And just seeing them, you know, work on commissions was amazing. But you know which comic artist I did visit who wasn't charging an arm and a leg and was extremely kind? Terry Dodson. Guys, why or how there was no line for Terry Dodson is beyond me. Like, this guy is one of the greats, and he was just standing there by himself, and you know, I walked straight up, had a nice little conversation with him, and I was just super grateful for that moment. Like, I took a little picture with him, you know, we were chatting about the con. Just a lovely human being all around. It's just nice knowing that, you know, somebody with his kind of talent and who's respected in the industry can be level-headed and down to earth. It's just really nice knowing that he is like that, you know. It's cool, and it makes me want to support him even more, right? So I didn't see too many like comics that he had there, but he did have some pinups or posters, so I did get this Harley Quinn right here. It says San Diego Masquerade Saturday. Really cool artwork. Beautiful. You know, one day I would love to get a commission from him. I didn't show you guys where he signed. Here you go. Here's the printed one, which looks pretty much the same. But yeah. Yeah, I need to frame this because, yeah, I had such a good experience with him. But if you guys can, I would definitely try to meet him if he ever comes by some of your guys' more local cons. But anyway, guys, I think we did it. I think that's it. Oh no, that's not it. Hold up. Hold the phone. I forgot. So the last thing that I picked up at the con was unexpected. I actually went back because Spidey fan was looking for I think a Wonder Woman exclusive comic book. Yeah. So I had gone back to the DC booth to see if they still had any, which they didn't, which sucked. But on the way, I saw that the Sienkiewicz was there. I was like, excuse me? The con is about to close and I had no idea he was there. I was like, this con is too big. This con is ginormous. But yeah, I walked by, I got to see him finishing up a commission, and I saw that they were handing out some posters, and I was like, oh snap, I was so excited because I didn't know that they were handing these out. But yeah, I got a Michael Myers Halloween poster, and it's by Sienkiewicz, Bill Sienkiewicz. So a very, very cool pickup. I wanted to have him sign it. It was so sad. I asked the lady, I was like, is he still signing today? And she's like, no, he just stopped like 5 minutes ago. And I was like, oh, daggers. That would have been amazing. But yeah, I guess I'll have to wait and see if I can get his signature at some other point, maybe next year. I don't know if I'll be able to get tickets again, but It'd be awesome to have this signed. Alright guys, so next is actually the swag bag I got from the fashion show. If you guys want to check out my vlog from the con, I'll leave a link below. But in that vlog, my friend Catherine kind of went through the swag bag that we got from that fashion show. I'm not going to go through all of them again, because you can just go back to that video if you want. But I will share some of the things that were a little bit different in my bag than in her bag. So if you haven't heard of pumps, they are released by Cryptozoic, and they are little mystery minis, and they are little high heels, and they're themed like the costumes of some of the femme fatales in the DC universe. Well, actually, they don't have to be femme fatales, but just females in the DC universe. So yeah, here's the Harley Quinn. Kind of cool. Very glittery though. And I also got Mira, so that's pretty cool. I like the little splash for the heel. It's very neat. So yeah, I was happy to get those. I believe Catherine got Wonder Woman and Black Canary. The swag bag also came with this awesome bottle here. It's one of those shaker ones, so that's very neat. I actually snagged an extra one for Andre, so he was really happy about that. And I love my Star Wars, so really cool to have a Vader one. So those items were the only three that really differed between Catherine's swag bag and mine. If you do want to check out what else is in the bag, I would suggest you go check out the other video where Catherine just goes through all of the items. And if you're at all interested in Ashley Eckstein, who voices Ahsoka Tano for Star Wars Rebels, or I should say Clone Wars now, right? Yeah, if you like her, if you're a fan of hers, if you're a fan of her universe, or Loungefly, I would go check out the other video. But anyway, enough of my plugging. One more thing, guys. They do give out these cool backpacks here. I brought my own backpack, so I wasn't really using this one very much, but it's still cool to have. And as you can see, they put an ad in the back. This one was the Fantastic Beasts Crimes of Grindelwald. So I'm actually pretty excited to see this movie, so yeah. And it also comes with a pin. And I ended up getting Joker. There were several different ones that you could have potentially received, so that was pretty awesome. I wanted Joker, so I was very happy about that. And here's the back of it. Yeah, very, very cool. The swag bag also came with this awesome souvenir book with some artwork that looks like it's from Mondo. Yeah, sponsored by Mondo. And it's an awesome little book, and it has a huge section of like Hellboy stuff, so I'm very interested in reading that. I haven't done so yet, so that'll be awesome. Look at that. Just a lot of cool articles in here. X-Files. Still watching X-Files, guys. Still getting through it. Anyways, yeah, very cool stuff in here. So actually, guys, I did end up picking up another swag bag. And this one is DC Superhero Girls, which is awesome. And then it comes with another Joker pin right there. And what I'm going to do is a little surprise giveaway right now. For those of you who have stuck around this entire video, you will potentially get rewarded if you win. I'm going to make it super easy. All you got to do is be subbed to me, be 18 and older, obviously, and leave a comment down below with hashtag SDCC 2018 if you want to win the prizes I'm about to show. So like I said, I snagged another swag bag, so you'll be getting this one. Very cool. You will also be getting the souvenir book that I just showed. You'll be getting the pin that comes with the bag, So that's awesome. And you will also be getting this Catwoman one. This is the Joelle Jones Catwoman. Very cool. And it's a foil cover variant. And of course it's an SDCC exclusive. So guys, definitely if you want to get in on this, by the way, that's just the plastic. It's not an actual crease or anything. So yeah, this is going to be an awesome little lot for those of you that are interested. Go ahead and just leave a comment below. Very easy. Like I said, make sure you sub, make sure you're 18 and older, and you're golden. So yeah guys, thanks so much for sticking around. I am going to be doing like video for my thoughts on the con later. I also will be doing another comic haul in which I will show the comics that I snagged over at the con as well, which weren't too many, by the way, but nevertheless there are some that I really want to show. So yeah, I'll be doing that later. You can stay tuned for that probably in the upcoming weeks. And for those of you entering my SDCC giveaway, good luck, and I will draw the name of the lucky winner probably in about 2 weeks or so. I'll let you know in some of my upcoming videos when this giveaway will be ending, so you can run over here and enter if you haven't. But for now, it's open. When it closes, I will put it in the title that it's closed so that you know. But anyways guys, like I said, good luck, and thank you all for watching. This has been awesome, and I'm glad I could share my first experience going over there with you all, because that was such a thrill. Anyways guys, if you like this video, give me a like or subscribe, or both. I don't hate it. And you could also catch me on Twitter and on Instagram at PopDotComix, and I guess I'll catch y'all over there. Later.